I've served in the same location for more than 40 years. So I won't say I've served the same church because and everywhere along that way, there were strengths and weaknesses. But I have observed the things that separates us changes. Once upon a time, we fought about the style of music, whether it was traditional or contemporary. We fought about which translation of the Bible we read, if it was the King James only, or it was one of the more modern translations. We fought about the dress code for the person on the platform. Today, it seems like the division is whether or not we have the courage to talk about culture. And the issue, when the people that object to that say, the church, you shouldn't be political. You shouldn't be political. And I have really little interest in being political, but I fully intend to engage culture and change it. The assignment to be salt and light is the assignment of the church. I know there's a voice in your head that says it's easier to go out on the weekend and do a polite little sermon about first century culture and ignore 21st century culture. But the real point is, what are we going to do with culture in the 21st century? John the Baptist could have lived to be a much older man if he would have just shut up about current events. But he had to open his mouth and say, our political leaders are not doing the right thing. And Jesus said, amongst those born among women, there was no one greater. But then he said something else. He said, what did you go out in the desert to see? A reed that was swayed by the wind? No. Well, I think we've had too many people in leadership in the body of Christ during my lifetime that have been taking a poll before we decided what we believed or what we would say. We are the conscience of the culture. And we are presiding. My lifetime, I'll own this one. My season in ministry coincides with one of the most precipitous declines of Christian influence in the history of the Christian church. I do not intend to step into eternity with that as my legacy. I did an interview last week with a doctor, an OB. He's delivered thousands of babies, but he's changing his career to step into the world to say we have to stand up for unborn children. More than 60%, 70% of the people in churches are still in favor of abortion. And the doctors invested in these animations where you can actually see, they do open heart surgeries on babies that are in utero, still in mom. And I sat with him and watched the video, and we're talking about it, and he said, the mother has her own anesthesiologist. She has her own surgeon, but the child also has an anesthesiologist assigned to him or to her. The child has a surgeon assigned to do the procedure on the child. The child has a hospital number. The procedure on that child is a billable event recognized by the insurance company. That's not just a blob of cells. That's an individual with a patient number. I thought, God, thank you. Tears were rolling down my cheeks. Darkness has wrapped that discussion. We've talked about it in terms of choice or privilege or my body. What a bunch of garbage. Folks, we got to find the courage to stand up for the children. Now, we need to have the compassion and the wisdom to minister. Every family's been touched directly or indirectly by abortion. We're more than 60 million children into this, and we still haven't gotten this right. The silence was deafening when Roe v. Wade was overturned. The people in favor of abortion were far louder than those of us who said we were not in favor of it.